Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 3 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Sharon, we're talking about every day this year goals, how to get them, how to set them, how to make sure that you set and use tools and systems and processes and procedures and routines and habits to make sure that whatever it is that you want becomes automatic. We did an annual challenge last year called the BU 365 Day Challenge, and we did one thing every day to become a better version of ourselves. This year, continuing on that theme, now that we're a better version of ourselves and we've got some ways to always be better, how do we make sure that we get what we want? How do we make sure we create the life that we want? Well, one of my longtime friends suggested an annual goals challenge. Do one thing every day to help you get your goals. So that's what we're doing this year. Yesterday, I'm assuming you got some kind of a notebook or writing paper or a pile of post-it notes or something to capture. I'm a post-it note fan. To capture what we're learning, what's working for you, and to actually do every day's action item. I'm purposefully starting off the year a little slowly so that if people join us a couple of days late, they can easily catch up. So today we're talking about where are you at? Where are you with respect to goals? Some people have never ever in their entire life set a goal. They've just been living, and depending on how old or how young you are, it may or may not be true. I know people that are older than me that really never set goals. My grandmother died when she was almost 100 years old, and I don't know that she ever knew what goals were or intentionally set goals for her life, yet she lives an incredible life. We don't have to consciously set goals to live a great life, but it sure does help. Now, yesterday we talked about the importance of writing down our goals, so I'm hoping that you got something to write them down with. This is my book. I don't know if I'll need another book this year. Some years, like last year's, I barely made it in one book. Other years, I've used several books. So find what works for you and be flexible with it. It doesn't really matter. I think I probably got this at one of those big box discount stores. And so wherever you can find what you need. Walmart's got tons of notebook selection. So does a lot of other places, Office Max, Office Supply, whatever, Staples, whatever the office stores are these days. So today we want to get a feeling for where are we in terms of dealing with goals, setting goals, knowing how to set goals, actually doing it, writing them down, and achieving those goals. Where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10? I like to say not 0 because we've usually decided that we wanted something and found a way to achieve that in our life so far. That's actually a goal. If we want something in our mind, that is a goal. You know, if we've got a picture, a vision of what we want to create, what kind of relationship, what kind of a business, what kind of a job we want to get, what kind of an education we want to get, all of those are goals, whether we call them goals or not. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being awesome, I set my goals, I write them down, I use SMART goals or SMIRT goals. I have all kinds of tools and strategies. And if you're a 10 in goal setting, you probably don't need this challenge. I am personally definitely not a 10 in goals, and I have spent decades working on learning about and writing down and doing all the things you're supposed to do about goals. But even I have had periods of time in my life where so much stuff was going on in different areas and aspects of my life, and I wasn't living according to my core values and beliefs and goals and my vision of what I wanted my life to be, that my life went, off the rails. Most of us have times in our life that are excellent and times in our life that are kind of sucky. And so we want to know, where are we at right now, right this minute? If I have to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10 with respect to my goal setting and my goal understanding and having a toolbox of things that I can use to help me get my goals and attain them faster and create what I want and get what I want in life, I got an excellent toolbox. I've got lots of experience setting goals and achieving goals. And I've got lots of experience setting goals and not achieving goals. So I would say maybe a 7, I would rate myself. And you're like, well, if you're only a 7, why am I not learning this from a 10? Well, because I don't think there's anyone on the planet that is actually a 10. If 10 equals 100%, you do it right all the time, you're perfect, you're a master of it. There's probably only a couple people on the planet that would be a 10, and they're not teaching other people how to set goals and objectives by having an annual challenge or by having any kind of a challenge to do that. So today, on a scale of 1 to 10, our action item is to rate yourself. Where do you think you are right now? And why are we doing this? Because we want to check in a couple of times during the year to see if we're making progress. Are we improving? And the only way to know is if we find a way to measure. I love making up different ways to measure things that are really, really subjective so that they can be more objective and we can compare them to see if we're making progress. So that's it. That's it today. How do you do with goals? If you've never set goals or you've never even worked on goals, you're probably a 1 or a 2. And that's awesome because it means there's lots of opportunity here to really improve. And if you're already a 7, an 8, a 9, or a 10, maybe there's still some nuances and things. Not maybe, I guarantee there are still some nuances and things you can learn here this year. All right, have an awesome day. Share your number in the comments below and be proud of whatever that number is, because whatever it is, it is. Like if I was a 3, and there have been times in my life where I was like a 2 or a 1, I would just say, because we can't, or it's almost impossible to change anything unless we admit where are we right now and where do we want to be. So we'll be working on that over the next couple of days. Have an awesome day. Share your number proudly, and I will be with you tomorrow.